Are you still talking about Jeffrey Epstein?
In a bizarre and suspicious moment, Trump tried to get ahead of a question directed at Pam Bondi about her dropping the biggest and most mysterious case of the century. What really happened to Jeffrey Epstein, and who was on his client list? According to Trump's DOJ, there is no such thing as the Epstein client list. I repeat, according to Trump, there is no Epstein client list.
Your memo and release yesterday on Jeffrey Epstein, it left some lingering mysteries. One of the biggest ones is whether he ever worked for a American or foreign intelligence agency. The former labor secretary who was Miami U.S. Attorney, Alex Acosta, he allegedly said that he did work for an intelligence agency. So could you resolve whether or not he did? And also, could you say why there was a minute missing from the jailhouse tape on the night of his death?
Yeah, sure.
Pam, could I just interrupt? Are you still talking about Jeffrey Epstein? This guy's been talked about for years. You're asking, we have Texas, we have this, we have all of the things. And are people still talking about this guy, this creep? That is unbelievable. Do you want to waste the time, and do you feel like answering?
I don't mind answering.
I mean, I can't believe you're asking a question on Epstein at a time like this, where we're having some of the greatest success and also tragedy with what happened in Texas. It just seems like a desecration, but you go ahead.
Sure. First, to back up on that, in February, I did an interview on Fox, and it's been getting a lot of attention because I was asked a question about the client list, and my response was it's sitting on my desk to be reviewed, meaning the file along with the JFK, MLK files as well. That's what I meant by that. Also, to the tens of thousands of video, they turned out to be child downloaded by that disgusting Jeffrey Epstein. Child is what they were. Never going to be released, never going to see the light of day. To him being an agent, I have no knowledge about that. We can get back to you on that. And the minute missing from the video, we released the video showing definitively the video was not conclusive, but the evidence prior to it was showing he committed suicide. And what was on that, there was a minute that was off the counter. And what we learned from Bureau of Prisons was every night, they redo that video. It's old, from like 1999. So every night the video is reset, and every night should have the same minute missing. So we're looking for that video to release that as well, showing that a minute is missing every night. And that's it on Epstein.
Trump's whole handling of this Epstein thing is going to be a wedge issue for these MAGA Republicans. We all know Trump is disgusting from day one, so I don't know why they thought he would act any differently than the deep state. But I think the brazenness of it really took a lot of MAGA off guard. I mean, why would somebody protect Jeffrey Epstein and tell such an obvious lie?
You say that the FBI has Epstein's list. They're sitting on it. That doesn't seem like something you should do. You're protecting the world's foremost predator. That seems like an evil thing to do, regardless of who may be embarrassed in the release of that list. Why is the FBI protecting the greatest pederast, the largest scale pederast in human history?
Simple, because of who's on that list.
But how exactly did he do this? When you see how the cells are laid out, how high they are, how there's not really anchor points or anything, how they don't really give them a lot of metal and things to work with, and even the sheets they give them aren't like weight, they're not capable of bearing weight. How exactly did it happen?
He killed himself. You want me to? I've seen the whole file. He killed himself.
Not a good look for these people to suddenly do a 180 as soon as they get their hands on the files. And now MAGA is coming out in droves to smack Trump down. We've seen cracks in the clown show that is the Republican coalition, but this is like a earthquake. Liz Wheeler, who's an extremely popular writer and commentator, wrote this. President Trump snaps at reporter who asks him Epstein question. Trump is massively misreading his base on this one. It could cost him the midterms. People care about Epstein, not only because of the grisly crimes against children, but because there's evidence of a government cover-up. Trump's most literally insane supporter, Roseanne Barr, tweeted her disgust today. Mr. President, Yes, we still care about Epstein. Is there a time not to care about child trafficking? Read The Damn Room. Even Elon Musk is once again turning on his boyfriend like the third act of the worst rom-com movie ever that just won't end. He said, "How can people be expected to have faith in Trump if he won't release the Epstein Files?" I mean, we all know that Trump and Epstein ran in the same circles for decades. They went to parties together, Trump flew on the plane. Hell, Epstein even said that he's been Trump's best friend for 10 years.
So how do you know this?
I don't even know what Trump and Bondi are trying to pull here because it's a known fact that Epstein had clients. Unless the DOJ is calling Virginia Giuffre a liar, Prince Andrew paid her a settlement for sexual harassment that she claims happened after she was handed off, quote, like a platter of fruit by none other than Jeffrey Epstein amongst his powerful associates. And where did Ghislaine Maxwell pick up Virginia Giuffre, you might ask? A then 17-year-old girl? Look no further than Donald Trump's literal home. Miss Giuffre was working as a locker room attendant at Donald Trump's Mar-a-Lago resort in Palm Beach and says Ghislaine Maxwell offered her an interview for the chance to train as a massage therapist. Sure doesn't seem random that Ghislaine Maxwell felt comfortable enough approaching a 17-year-old girl at Mar-a-Lago. And everyone is asking, Pam Bondi, what are you hiding? Pam Bondi, who are you protecting? To which Roger Stone, Satan's fixer and Trump's second-hand man from the first term, comes out of nowhere and says, keep my name out of your mouth. Jesse, he says, replying to Pam Bondi, who are you protecting? Please forward the names of your attorneys so I can serve them because you're not going to defame me on X without getting your ass sued. Your move, he says to her. To which she completely ratios him with, you can't defame a question, you fucking moron. No one was even thinking of Roger Stone, haven't for a long time, but this does prove that a hit dog does holler. I mean, the truth is these people are just evil. Jeffrey Epstein, Prince Andrew, Donald Trump, hell, Bill Clinton, sorry to kill your darlings there if you still like that guy, because if those allegations are true, all of these people should rot in prison. And while the core of the MAGA cult will literally give their child to Trump if he asks them to, a lot of these more conspiratorial types are starting to jump ship. And you know what they say, when your enemy is making mistakes, don't stop them. I'm Tony Hinderman with Really American, and I'll catch you next time.